From the day he took office, Schiraldi's crime-fighting strategy has been the target of criticism, and now we're getting some new insight into how he's managed to deploy it in Maryland and other states. Jeff Abel joins us live now with a story you're seeing first on Fox. Jeff.
Well, we've obtained a copy of a little-known podcast which provides some great insight into the Secretary's philosophy and his ability to sell it.
Welcome to Decarceration Nation.
On a little-known podcast a year ago, Juvenile Services Secretary Vincent Schiraldi was promoting his new book and pitching his case for less supervision of dangerous criminals.
It's a harmful aspect of government to have people unnecessarily controlled the way we do through mass supervision. Deprivation of liberty, the terrible things that happen to people in prison, and just the feeling that you're constantly under the thumb of the government.
Before coming to Maryland, Schiraldi spent 7 months as corrections commissioner in New York City. On the podcast, he touted his progress in reducing the number of people on probation in New York, and he discussed his strategy.
I flew under the radar, which was actually not a bad thing when you're trying to make some profound criminal justice reforms, especially in a city where there were lots and lots of stop and frisks, and there was a very sort of testosterone-driven approach. I was able to have my conversations with the mayor outside of major spotlight, and we were able to get a lot of stuff done.
Schiraldi was probably the worst commissioner we've had in my tenure.
The president of the Corrections Officers Union in New York complained that Schiraldi had become an apologist for criminals and put the lives of corrections officers in jeopardy. On the podcast, Schiraldi complained about eager probation officers.
It's just an incredibly common thing for kind of risk-averse, some of whom are probably just doing their jobs, some of whom are mean, sadistic bastards, violating people and sending them back to prison.
Here in Baltimore, the president of the city police union believes Schiraldi is employing a similar strategy in Maryland. I'm sure Schiraldi has had multiple behind-the-scenes conversations with both the governor and mayor about not holding criminals accountable. Schiraldi confuses testosterone and bravery when it comes to police work, writes President Mike Mancuso. But on the podcast, Schiraldi insisted the community is more safe with fewer criminals under supervision.
The conclusion was, why don't you experiment with dramatically reducing it, getting rid of all these technical violations, and even for some populations, just eliminating it and using the savings to provide supports.
Employees at the Department of Juvenile Services. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.